We've got to do the pledge, please.
We don't have to do the pledge.
Yep, no, we don't got to do the pledge.
Because we were in recess.
Recess, yep.
But we got you up anyhow, right?
All right, we're back 9 o'clock Wednesday morning. Checks and vouchers and, Ryan's minimum maintenance road.
Work session.
Leftover work session
Yeah.
from Monday. So, Ryan, if you're ready, let's roll.
Sure.
It's cold outside, so I like being in here today. What a change.
All right, I think I handed out some sheets last week, on the dust control, so I think we'll cover that stuff first. Basically, when we get done through this, do have a resolution, to commence the proceedings, to get that all started like last time. That resolution, I don't have the number in there. So I think we'll just walk through these handouts and, got a few things on each location maybe might be relevant. So basically location 1, 25th Road, Angus to Angus .23. There's really nothing outside the ordinary there.
That's just right there by the interstate, is that right?
Be about 2 or 3 miles south of the interstate on Angus.
Yeah, it'll be south Old 50 and Angus a mile.
I just thought that picture looked familiar, sorry. Somewhere it's not.
That dead-end road, the access to the fields can come in off of Angus. Really,
Doesn't do much of anything.
doesn't do much of anything. You've got the little corner patch right down there and right up next to the railroad tracks, little triangle patch there, but that's the other landowner, be on the southwest or southeast corner of the railroad tracks. That landowner owns that little triangle on the west side of the railroad tracks, between it and 25th.
Right.
Can't get our big triangle field away.
No, you might have 4 acres there, 5 acres there.
Yep. Second location, I believe this is, well, pictures look just like the last one, Wade, but this is there, 22nd and Angus, on the Neosho Rapids and Hartford Road. That's just a dead-end road that goes off to the east. Basically, it's a 2,200 foot stretch of road there. This is a good example on that one there, that second picture, why we're going through this and signing these roads, because you can see what's at the end of this road. It's just pretty, that ravine there, and something happened down in there. That's just, that's
Right.
just to reiterate why we're going through this process is just the liability side of it. So that's a good example there.
That'd be Del Moso's to the east, I think.
Yeah. Location 3, that would be Emmer Road, the 28th and Emmer going south. So 28th, yeah. So
This would be the North County line, a mile west, and then back mile west, and then this road that goes south,
Yeah.
south towards the interstate.
Yep, so this road's north of the interstate there.
Okay.
It's a pretty good road, really.
Yeah.
It looks like that's Rothon's.
Evans's, no, not Evans's, Reimers, I think Reimers owns the property to the east of that road, be on the left side. There used to be a Boy Scout camp place.
I think they still have.
They still have that.
Yeah, I know at the very end there used to be
Yeah,
something
right there up
in there.
along the interstate.
Mhm.
So, but, that's a pretty decent road.
Yeah.
So,
Location 4 is Garner Road, from 28th and south, so this is on the north side of the interstate. Basically, that 28th road is the miles that we took over from Argonia Township and redid here last year. So this, just a stretch of road there, 2,300 foot stretch. There. Location 5 would be just on the south side of the interstate of that last road, Garner Road, 27th, and going north. So on this one here, there is a house located there at the corner, which you can see in that second picture. And so basically, it'd be signed. You can see the sign that's there already, the no outlet. So that would be where the new minimum maintenance sign would go. You know, maintenance isn't going to change for that guy in his driveway.
Right.
You know.
Everything can be accessed off of 27th for the field.
Yeah, sure looks like it.
Location 6 is 20th Lane and Blackbird Lane. Half-mile stretch there on 20th Lane. So you can see in them photos, this road just basically ends at a private road down there.
Yeah, I'm trying to, gee, it's in my district, but
Well, this would be south of Del Molso, is a mile and a half. Down just right at where the core property starts there.
Yep.
This road runs east down in there.
yep.
Location 7 is Blackbird Lane, north of 16th. So this road actually goes, there's a road to access down to Eagle Creek down there, access core property. So if people like to fish, I'm sure they know this road here. So it's Location 8, 21st and Dobbin, going east for 800 feet. So I think this actually ends probably at some core property or roughly down around some core property too.
Let's see. On the opposite side, guy from Oklahoma, guy from Georgia, I think, owns on the east side, or the south side of that road. And I think, Brian Landis owns the north side, maybe?
Okay.
Lives up in that shop house
Oh,
up to the north on the east
Okay.
side of the road.
yeah. Location 9 is just the east end of that same mile. So basically starting at 21st and Emmer and it'll be 3,100 feet going west.
That's been minimum maintenance for a long
It has,
time.
just not signed.
This is the one that I would have liked to have closed, but the Corps won't let that happen, because I get tired of picking up trash down there at the bottom end of the road. People like to dump their trash and tires and everything out down there. Yeah, refrigerators.
Yep, out of sight, out of mind for
Yep.
them anyway, so.
We
Location 10, Garner Road, 21st and Garner, traveling north 1,700 feet.
Okay, this is east of Dolly Silo, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Just pastures on each side, hay meadow up in the, what is that, probably 80 acres up there at the end that's got a hay meadow in it.
I believe so.
Might catch, I don't know, the road hasn't been good for years. Going up through there, that little creek crossing, the little creek down there at the bottom gets pretty, the road's okay, but there's a lot of soft spots in it.
Right. location 11 is just going south of that intersection. From 21st and Garner for half a mile. It's basically just accesses pastures up in there.
Looks like it's been traveled just a little bit.
Yeah, I know, I think about 5 years ago, maybe they had some gravel down through there. It was getting pretty rough to get cattle in and out, and
That's where all the hilltop gravel come out of for the county road.
yeah, I think that's right,
Township.
years ago.
Yep.
That's county hauled out of there.
Bunch of hill gravel up there on the very end, very end.
Location 12, the 18th Road and Capper off the Autobahn there, going to the west for 3,900 feet, go down to core property. I believe there is a cabin down in there somewhere on the north side of the road.
Kenwood.
Yeah, okay. On this road. Location 13 is Iris Lane, be south of 19th or the Autobahn. There's a residence down this road and starting just south of Residence Drive, going for 2,350 feet, where that'll start and end at. This ends at core property.
West Eagle, or West Eagle.
That's Regal. Fred and Regal's place down there.
In location 14 would be on Juneberry Road, south of 19th. Resident lives down there and just starting up past their drive. Be 900 feet of road that will assign them on maintenance, and this ends at core property. So that makes a total of 14 roads. And all those and legal descriptions are on this resolution, just to start that process, and we'll go through that, and then we'll go through get on the agenda for the zoning board again, and present like we did last time. Leave it out there, Heidi, or?
So the earliest you guys would be able to have your public hearing would be March 25th. Your planning board meets the 20th. So they wanted me to let you know they don't want to hold a special meeting just for this, please.
We don't have to pass a resolution today, do we? That'll be after the public hearing, right?
Well, this resolution allows us to start.
Start March.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we need to have this one first, and then there'll be the final resolution.
I didn't know I was gonna be in here, we just started voting this morning.
Yeah.
The payroll thing is still doing its thing. Let me see if I can get a number for you.
Okay.
You say the 25th.
I've got a number, Brad, I'm
March
sorry.
25th could be the earliest for your public hearing, yes.
It's 2024-930.
You can have it after that too, but that's the
But
earliest.
that's the earliest you
Yes,
could.
that's absolute earliest. The planning board would meet the Wednesday before that.
It's the fourth Monday of March. 930.
Yes.
Not like we got an emergency or anything.
Right,
So I need
right.
to have a.
So you're looking at a hearing on what date and time?
It'd be March 25th. Is that what you guys decided on for your hearing
Yeah,
for
that's
it?
fine.
See why that wouldn't work.
Yeah.
March 25th at what time?
What time would the commissioners like to hold it?
I think we done the last one at 10 o'clock, didn't we?
I believe so.
Yeah, 10 o'clock.
25th, so in the Coffee County, so you're gonna, I assume, do that here in the commission room?
Yes.
We still got two more areas, northeast, southeast. When you gonna try to, really don't make any difference.
Yeah, after we get this round done,
Get this
and
done.
get them signed, then we'll go on, and we'll actually probably have 3 more, because you get down around Leroy, there's a lot of roads, so we'll probably split that up. a couple of times down there.
There's quite a few untraveled roads down there.
Right. So my goal is just by the end of the year, have this all taken care of and done.
Motion, for resolution number 2024-930, resolution commencing proceedings to declare certain portions of roadways in the northwest quadrant of Coffee County, Kansas as minimum maintenance roads.
So move.
Second. Moved by, Hugoden, seconded by McCreary. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. This says southwest.
Okay, that should be northwest.
Okay, that's why I corrected.
Right.
So,
I didn't catch that.
Yeah. It's view and pass back, I guess.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Heidi.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was familiar with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those roads, so quite familiar.
Leads to all your fishing holes, huh?
I'm familiar with these.
Fishing, who fishes?
Tom wants it gated with a key.
Especially number 7.
Next, you guys are ready. I just got just a brief recap of some 2023 numbers and projects. Every year we give an annual report to the state, and kind of supposed to recap commissioners with that too. This is kind of some of that. So basically, in 2023, we issued over 204 work orders for some of our larger maintenance stuff and requests. Out of those, 83 were work orders for routine county maintenance, including 64 miles that we chip and fog sealed, 3 miles that were asphalted. We also had asphalt put in our salt barn floor, which has worked out very well for us this year, in our parking lot. We had 4 full miles of major ditching, 34 full miles of gravel, 17 miles of asphalt that we re-shouldered, 36 crossroad pipes that we replaced, and we performed maintenance on 13 box culverts, 12 bridges we did some sort of maintenance on, constructed a low water crossing. So that's just a lot of our larger normal county maintenance. We still had a lot of stuff outside of those work orders. We also had 121 work orders were issued for public request, including 70 of those were for new or replacing entrance culverts, and 55 of those work orders dealt with erosion, tree removal, ditch cleaning, etc. A few other stats outside of those work orders. We spent 11 weeks out at the landfill cleaning out the 4 ponds that were sediment ponds that were out there. We also constructed a new road for the C&D, which sometime we'll be moving our C&D down to a different location lower than where it is now. Multiple signs replaced and updated. We have got updated traffic counts over this last year on all of our county asphalt roads. We also have all the 6,000 lane miles that we've mowed, routine maintenance, and then just multiple service repairs. you know, that's just a brief list. There's a lot more outside of that, but just kind of highlight some of the larger item stuff.
People just don't realize how much there is to do out there.
Well, that's the maintenance side of things. It's pretty overwhelming when you start looking at, you know, our bridges and culverts alone. You know, how many locations there are that need work, and, you know, so we do a pretty good job, and, you know, we try to get more aggressive each year as we're going on maintaining that stuff, but you also got public requests that you're trying to, you know, keep on top of too, so it's a balance, but I think we do a pretty good job.
I heard some complaints up in my area about the quarry. Trucks coming out of the north, going north out of the Harshman quarry there at Lebo, going up to the new county line road that we just built, spent I don't know how many millions of dollars, and they was routing that way instead of going south to 50. I think in the zoning planning, I've been a question for Heidi, that their entrance and exit out of that quarry is south to 50 highway, if I remember. I think there's stipulations on their permit to do that. I have visited with the quarry owner and said, you know, Coffee County didn't spend $3 million or whatever it was on that county line road to have trucks tear it up, you know, going out of county.
Yeah.
And, cause it's kind of a monkey see, monkey do type deal with the trucks coming in and out of that quarry. And so, I think for the most part that has been taken care of.
Okay, I'm not aware of anything in zoning that limits trucks from going north.
I mean, like, if it's Coffee County that's going up there to haul rock to the north of the county line, of course you're gonna take that route because it's your county. You know, I know our quarry in Osage County, it's got an in and an out. That's the only way you're to travel. Now the county trucks can go wherever they want to.
Yeah.
But, so anyway, hopefully we got that taken care of without getting too ugly about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I know I had a guy call me and was asking, and I wasn't aware of any stipulations that, you know, I passed them on to people that could help them out there with that information, but, yeah.
Just people don't wanna drive through town, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand that to a point. You know,
Right.
but that's what the roads are for, blacktop's for.
See, so next,
How many total miles are there that we maintain?
1,200.
1,200 asphalt.
No, 1,200 miles total.
There's about a little over 200 asphalt.
Yeah, 200, and we'll cover that here in just a minute, actually.
I think you mentioned, you know, you had a road count on most of the blacktops. Reaper out of South Leroy, it appeared that there was a camera on one of those posts. Was that your camera getting traffic counts?
Yeah, that was
There was
actually,
no
that was a
page.
radar counter.
There was no page.
Yeah, that's right, we purchased a couple counters that were radar, that way we could use them on gravel roads. Also, you know, before they had the pneumatic tube counters, and.
It was probably there for 30 days. It was there for quite a while.
Right, so that just had to do with getting updated traffic counts,
I
on
kinda
our asphalt.
Can I interrupt 1 second? We need to run another batch of checks. There's an invoice from Grell, Aaron, and Bay EPA for reference legal fees for Marie Bell's Economic Development Loan Lyon County State Bank in the amount of $510. Do you want any particular place for that to be paid from?
I think the other stuff we've brought in out of economic development, haven't we?
Yeah, I didn't know if you wanted these legal fees coming out of there too, or.
Yeah, I think.
I think that'd be the correct place. but-
Okay, all right, I will get that in, sorry.
Yes, I think Wade brought some outside counsel in on that, didn't he? Yeah.
Yes. That's what that refers.
All right, so 2024 project book. So we've been putting this project book together every year for several years now. This is something really, when Wayne was here, he really kind of got this where we was going, we had a 5-year book before, and he just wanted something to be able to present to you guys, just so you could kind of see what we got intended for this upcoming year. So I think the easiest way, since I don't have the PowerPoint, I'll just kind of talk through page by page and talk through it, and then if you guys have questions along the way, I'll try to answer the best I can. So we'll start on page 2. This is just kind of an overview, you know, of what we're maintaining. So that on this page it shows that there's 1,200 miles to maintain, 229 of asphalt, 961 miles of gravel, 10 miles of dirt. We also have 236 bridges and over 3,500 crossroad pipes and structures. So that's, you know, that's where we spend a lot of our time. Time and money is taking care of this infrastructure right here.
So with that being said, these laid up stone structures, do you, trying to use the correct verbiage, I guess. I mean, I know of several off the top of my head. I mean, you kind of take, do you get those inspected, or do you look at those yourself and say, okay, now?
We look at those ourselves. So we have all these culverts that we inspect ourselves, not the bridges. Anything less than 20 feet is not considered a bridge.
Right.
So we don't inspect those, we hire those inspected. But everything smaller than that, we actually inspect ourselves, and we have inventoried condition ratings, maintenance work that needs done on all of those. That started back in, I think, 2012. We went through and inventoried all that. Then that kind of gave us a platform for replacement work and how to prioritize, instead of waiting until we get a call on a road, which still happens sometimes, of a culvert failure or pipe failure. You know, we're able to start planning and for replacement stuff to help minimize some of those calls. But that's, yeah, we do. You know, I know here recently we re-inspected all the asphalt roads and went through and reevaluated everything.
Yeah, I was just talking about the laid up stone.
Yeah, but even those, that falls in there too.
Okay.
You know, we have a handful of them that we probably inspect at least yearly or maybe twice a year, just for various reasons. We know that there's some issues, and just to keep a closer eye on those locations.
I know there's a lot of rock there on Dobbin, between 8th Road and 8th Lane. Right there at the bottom of the hill at Jody Young's.
Yep.
Took a string of a rain, takes all your rock.
Oh, yeah.
Clean off that hill and
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
So,
I can see that being a future major issue for you.
Right, yeah, and at some point, when that comes up for replacement, probably there's gonna be a larger structure would take place there. There'd be engineering involved on something that size.
Okay.
so a 20-foot concrete culvert, so a 20-foot concrete box culvert is not considered a bridge.
No, length. If it's over 20 feet, it's considered a bridge.
So if you've got two of them that are side by side, is that considered a
Yeah.
bridge then?
If it's longer than 20-foot span, 20-foot open span,
Okay.
it's considered a bridge and has to be in our bridge inventory.
Okay.
That's why a lot of the concrete boxes and our precast structures that we build are 19-foot 6 inches, like our precast tops, just to keep it off the bridge list, keep it within the culvert list.
Right.
Page 3, projects for this year, we're looking at 43 miles of chip and fog seal, looking at 5.5 miles of hot mix, and we'll kind of get into locations here later when we get some of the maps. The Old 50 project, and I think we got a potential start date on that for July 4th. I think the late start date's July 28th, I think, for the late start. We haven't had our pre-construction meeting on that yet. That's in the process of being scheduled, and I would think the state's supposed to be letting us know, but they're working on getting that scheduled here before sometime.
And the overlay list, here a while back, you mentioned possibly coming down Fauna Road to 22nd
Yeah.
asphalt this year.
Yeah, we're actually looking, I'll go ahead and cover that now. We're looking at a 1-inch profile mill just to do some of the rutting and going back with the chip seal, I think.
noticed the rutting getting north,
Yep.
south of 25th on the northbound
Right.
lane is getting pretty bad. I didn't mean to jump.
No, that's all right, there's about two miles in there that the roading's getting a little bit, but yeah.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. Page 4, this is just kind of our striping locations here. 45 miles, that's all the new chip seal hot mix, and plus another 40 miles of just center line striping. And then it's also listed here the shoulder spraying program, which is about 74 lane miles. That's something that we have noxious weed do. We used to do the shoulder spraying ourselves, but last year we got noxious weed. We got a lot better equipment than we do, and they can knock it out a lot faster, so worked out well, so I think that's the plans for this year again. Page 5, this pie chart, and so I just realized yesterday that this is actually 2023's. It's similar to this year's, numbers are a little bit different, but I know the total expenditures here for 2024 is 7.1. It's a little different than the number that's shown there.
7.1.
7.1 mil, yes. And if you guys want updated, anything you need, just let me know, so. Same way on the special bridge budget. That total expenditures is 1.3 mil.
Down considerably.
Yeah. Solid waste, I don't have that number, but it should be like 370. It went up just a little bit from 2023.
How is the finances of the landfill since you had increases on disposal fees and everything like that?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't, that's just been for a couple months here, so I haven't really looked at it to see how much more that's generated. But yeah, it'll definitely make a difference. All right, now we're getting into a few of these maps. Page 8 map here is 2024 is construction projects. So you'll see up there on Old 50, that yellow, that's 7 miles. That's the shoulder widening. Fauna there, which is highlighted in red. We're looking at a 1-inch profile mill with a chip seal. That's something new. I don't know that we've done that, but I've been talking with the engineer and some asphalt guys, and that's a thing that you can go in and do a profile mill and come back with a chip seal. It takes a little bit more oil for chipping just due to how the surface is left, but still get some information on that, but that's kind of what we're gearing towards this year. Just something a little bit extra than a chip seal.
I've often wondered, is there a limitation on how many times you can just overlay a road?
No, I don't believe there is.
Where it becomes a disadvantage to even do it, to where, like, I know this past year is weather related, almost all of them, but in my opinion only, that some of those roads have so many overlays on them that it creates all that extra weight, and there's nothing out on the edge to hold that asphalt in, or even hold that edge of that road in to where it causes it to break off.
Yeah, and I don't have a solid answer for that. I do know the dry weather stuff's gonna settle no matter what's there. A lot of times, there's a lot of areas, we have areas where there's a lot of trees through an area that seems like it could be worse there. There's probably roots that go underneath the road and suck the moisture out. Seems like we do a lot more patching in those type areas than we do where there's not trees, but yeah, I don't, as far as asphalt depth, some roads like going east of town, I think have like 14 inches or something around there, but for the most part, asphalt's not that thick. Some of the old FAS roads have some thicker asphalt, but On our other roads, it's not near that thick, probably half of that. And not all of our roads have asphalt on them either. Like Goalpost down there, there's no asphalt, it's just chip and seals over the years. There's still a lot of roads that don't even have asphalt, they're just chip and seal.
So this milling and chip seal is fairly new, is that what you're saying?
Well, no, I'm not saying it's new, but I can't recall us going in and milling something and going back with a chip seal. Typically, if we mill something, we're going back with asphalt.
Right.
Up there, maybe it could have used asphalt, but with everything we got, we always have to pick and choose what's the priority.
Right.
What needs it the worst, what's structurally, where do we need the asphalt? And so we always start off with, here's our wish list. Angus Road going south of 12th was a stretch that we had talked about asphalt, but it's just, you kind of have to prioritize and evaluate it from year to year.
Right, yeah, that is, I see you've got it marked maintenance seal and fall seal.
Yeah.
There is some really bad rutting on that.
Yeah,
Down
and
through there, it's gonna need,
a lot of patching.
Yeah.
And we're just getting geared up to go start, so all these roads that we chip, we go in, we crack fill. There's a lot of major patching that goes in, any prep work or pre-work before the chip seals, what we'll be
okay,
working on starting shortly. And,
yeah.
when they're ready, then that's when we'll start our chip seal.
Right.
But yeah, we got a lot of work to do yet to have these roads ready.
They've all suffered from
Right.
the weather and our soaking winter we had
Right.
for a while there.
So the other asphalt, going east of town here. So we're planning a 1-inch profile mill with a 1.5-inch overlay. And this will be running from the East River Bridge and going out there to Planter Road. And then we'd be skipping down through the curve and then picking up another 2 miles. So that little piece in there was 2 miles of asphalt that we did 4 years ago, I think. It's new asphalt. The rest of that road out there is, if you guys have traveled it, it's rough and it needs some attention.
Did you guys change a culvert out over there past the second curve?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, where that new asphalt was. Yep. Oh yeah, and then we changed another culvert on east over there
Yes,
also.
that one day.
Yep.
You're skipping 2 miles there. Would there be any value of doing that whole road complete, picking up that 2 miles?
Well, that 2 miles is already asphalt.
Yeah.
And so, the idea is to get all this stretch tied in that when we come back and chip and seal down the road, we can chip and seal that
The
whole
whole
stretch
thing.
instead of having broke up segments. Is the idea there.
Maybe we keep it together, it might be more efficient, might be more price.
Absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, but no, that's the idea there. Then I think the other thing I'll mention here is Jacobs Creek. I don't know exactly what we're doing with all those streets. Some of them will have to be maybe a grind up and do a double chip. The north road out there is probably going to be like a scrub seal, which basically is similar to a chip seal. It requires a lot more oil. It's just due to the excessive cracking. So normal chip seal would not hold up as long like we want it to. So it'd be something a little extra out there.
That's right in Jacobs Creek.
Yes, that's in Jacobs Creek, and there'll be some major patching on some places we'll have to dig out, and on the other streets, but still working on that final plan for up there. Page 9 map. So this is maintenance and construction. A lot of information on here, but so basically anything that's marked in red was completed projects from 2023. And the next projects I'll highlight are the light blue lines. Basically those are gravel projects for minor ditching and gravel replacement. The dark blue are identified to be full gravel replacement miles. Dark green, which there's only a few of those, like 27th S to T is an example. So those are basically major rebuilds. Those projects usually include acquiring right-of-way, maybe some fencing involved there, and new culverts. That's major, kind of like what we did on the County Line Road north of Lebo there. Then we get into the dots. The light green dots are all bridges that we've identified that we're going to be performing bridge maintenance on. Basically erosion, scour issues are the biggest issues on those. The orange dots are box culvert maintenance locations. And then when you get down around Leroy, those yellow dots, we've talked about the riverbank stabilization. So I think they're about done and coming back with some recommendations on a few of them spots. That farthest north one's there at 8th and Planter. That'll be out there by Joe Rohr's property out there. Now I know we've talked about redoing that road out there. Kind of been waiting to see what the riverbank work is, if we need to do something there, and kind of tie that into when we would do the road work also. Alright, page 10, this is a map, this is replacement projects. So the green dots here are proposed concrete box culverts. You'll see out east of town here, there's 3 out around the Matthias Lake area. So those were ones that we had the engineering done here the fall last year to have them ready for this year. So those are ready to go. The blue dots are liner pipes, so those are all on asphalt roads. Basically, those are the plastic liners. And those orange dots are CMP, or corrugated pipes. 9 of those are on asphalt. So we have like 25 culverts that we'll be working on prior to our chip and seal on asphalt this year. Trying to get that work done before we go and do that work.
Those double green spots there, south of Matthias Lake, they're gonna put brand new box culverts in there.
Yeah.
You know, that's pretty deep ditch there.
Well, 2 of them will be precast box culverts, and then that one on 9th Lane, the middle of the mile, that's a 72-inch culvert. That is the end of all the drainage of Matthias Lake. That'll be going back with a bigger structure, probably one of our precast tops, open structure. All of those are pipes right now, and they will be an open structure, but yeah, there'll be that one.
There's all the depth there,
Yeah.
They're on 28th and east of 31.
Yes.
What's gonna happen?
That's a low water crossing, and it needs extended out.
Oh, okay.
So basically, yeah, it needs extended out. It always washes out, and
It
over the
does.
years, the channels move, and
Okay.
yeah,
No, I was just curious.
that's the free car wash up there, isn't it?
It is a pretty neat country up in there.
Yeah.
So that's the location where the road actually goes up into the other county. and
It does.
It does.
Okay, that's how
Swings up and swings back down.
We've heard that twice
It
here,
does.
5-6 years.
Well, I know years ago, they talked about having a study done about putting a structure or a bridge down through there.
There was even talk about closing the road at one time.
Yeah, there's
The low
not
water-
much traffic on that
No, there's
road.
not.
It wouldn't
And-
justify
and the
a
low
$3
water
million
crossing
bridge.
works well there. I was just
Right.
curious what,
Yeah, that's what that is. It's low water, extending what's there.
okay.
Is there anything in the future for north of my grandparents' house, 3/4 of a mile? There's a low water, I mean, there's the first one, the bigger
Yeah.
structure, you know, the bigger low water crossing, which is okay.
Right.
But on over the hill,
The second one?
yeah, that is,
Oh, I mean, really, the only thing, I think years ago, we put some asphalt on. Are you talking the roughness of it, or just?
I think just the surface itself. I don't notice it eroding.
No, the only thing I think with that, I mean, back when I was maintaining those roads in the Blade, a few times they had to come, they put some asphalt on it just because it was so rough on top to keep it smooth and not be so potholy.
Is there not a big enough culvert to put in that?
Oh, I'd say if there's a low water crossing there, that the amount of drainage, I don't know that you could get a culvert, yeah. I mean, that's kind of the reason why we wind up with low water crossings.
Right. Well, I know that, the one to the south.
Yeah.
The first one flows a lot of water.
Yeah, but I know on that one, I mean, you have three lakes that drain into that one.
Yeah.
There'd be three, so I mean, I don't know what type of drainage runs in there, but it's probably significant.
There's quite a bit.
Yep. Page 11 is just a shoulder spraying map. So we don't spray all the shoulders in the county, basically Old 50, the plant road, and then going out east of town here. That's basically areas where you're gonna have 6-foot shoulders or more, shoulders we spray. Page 12, this is just a spreadsheet of our chip and seal projects, miles, and then we have, for estimating purposes for my department, we just kind of have estimated costs there. We estimate $25,000 a mile for chip seal, so about 1.1 mil for those projects.
How much of that is, oil?
Mm,
Do you have any idea?
so, no, I don't. Page 13, this is the major ditching projects. And so, based off our last few years' projects, we estimate $90,000 a mile on those projects. Like I said, those are major rebuilds projects there.
That one location, and it may be in here later, one location northwest of Leroy, you know, where we've talked about that on Shane Southern's property.
Yeah.
Any work being done scheduled for 24?
Well, we've got, so that engineering has run the drainage and stuff on that, to recommend what we need to go back in there with. It is, I mean, that project's in here, so I know that's not gonna take care of all the issues down there, but it would be a starting point
That'd be a
for
starting point.
somebody to help something out up north. I know between our two roads that we take care of, I know they got some major issues up in there. You know, right now at the end of that, there's, I think, a double 18-inch culvert that is severely undersized.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's really, I think we're looking at maybe a low water crossing type structure in there, or if we can get culverts big enough to handle it.
There, when we were there, talking about moving the drainage, you know, back 50 yards,
It would,
we had the agreement with Sutherland's that he would okay that.
yeah. Just to line the channel up, that structure would need to change about 50.
I don't know how many acres of water draining in it, but
There's quite a few.
there's probably 100, 120 acres draining in it.
Yeah, I mean, there's water that comes from, I think, over a mile down to that point.
Even that second mile to the north.
Yeah. Yep.
I just wanted to make sure that, you know, we looked at it and we kind of give him the time frame.
Yeah.
Originally, the time frame was a year ago, but
Yeah.
we know that's been changed.
Well, I was in contact with him, I don't know, late last summer, I think.
Yeah.
I think before he left for the winter, maybe at least for the winter, I think I was.
They're going to live in Florida most of the
Yeah,
time
okay.
now.
Page 14. So these are basically our minor ditching and gravel projects. You know, we have almost 25 of those miles identified on here, and we estimate around $45,000 a mile for those projects.
That's material and labor.
Yes.
But I
Equipment.
noticed on 12, when you're, it just says project projected material cost. So that 1 million.
That's probably right. I mean,
And
between
then
our
so
chip seal, oil, rock, and then our fog seal oil, it's probably about 20.
But you don't have labor in that one.
No, I don't. I would say not in that one.
Okay. But, so you do in the other one?
Page 15. Let's see. These are gravel projects, so basically no ditching involved with these, just, it looks like there we've got material cost and projected total cost on that one. Page 16 is just a list of the asphalt projects. So this would be that mill on Fauna Road and then the asphalt out east of town here. And page 17, this is just a list of the box maintenance locations, and basically all of those are either has to deal with cleaning out brush or fixing erosion. And it also has the list of our bridge locations and a brief description on the work that needs done on those. Page 18 is box replacements. So those are basically the three out east of town on there. What else? So under the miscellaneous low water crossing, Don, that second one, Fort Terrace, that's the one you were just talking about down by Leroy.
Okay.
And there's also that one that Steve brought up on there also. And all the snap tight liner locations. Page 19 is our identified culverts that we'll be replacing. Large oversized culverts, at 27th and Fauna, we're already in the process of working on that one right now. Page 20.
27th and Fauna.
Yeah, right there at Lebo. East side of Lebo, where we got the road shut down.
Oh, that's right. 20, east side of Lee.
27th.
You said, I thought you said 27th and Fauna.
Well, east of Fauna, sorry, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep. Page 20, so this is something new. These are basically site visibility intersections where we've had an issue, and we've been working on this already, so about half these locations are already done. A lot of it was handwork, some of them we need to get excavators in there and a little more major, but a lot of this was handwork, so we've been working on that. This list isn't all-inclusive. I know there's some that are not on here that we still will need to address, but these are ones that we're working on.
Anywhere there's 4 cornfields at an intersection.
This is dealing with
Ryan hasn't got the cornfields down yet.
You need a bush hog,
Yeah.
put it in there.
Yeah. Yeah, the last page is just breakout of those. So that's basically the book we have for this year. So I think this is good information, good visual more than anything.
Yep.
You and I have spoken briefly on the 23rd and, is that Kafer? 23rd and Kafer Section Church, the duck hunting facility.
Yeah.
Do you think, if you're coming southbound down Kafer, there's a lot of obstruction because of the old church and the other two buildings that have been, put up over the last couple of years. If you're coming south down that road, and somebody's coming from the east, it's gonna be very hard for you to see each other until it's way too late.
Correct.
Do you think we ought to put two stop signs up, one going northbound and one going southbound? I hate putting stop signs up, but if it saves somebody's life,
I get that,
and that, and 23rd is a through road,
yeah.
more so than Cape.
I guess, I travel Caper, I don't travel 23rd, so that's the 3 road to me. I mean, traveling north-south, but no, I get what you're saying.
East to west, from one end of the county to the other versus the north end of the county to the other. It's because the
Yeah.
interstate breaks Caper up north.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I know it was, I don't know.
So
Caution.
So that's an engineering decision there. You know, I think once somebody deems that here needs to be a stop sign, or here needs to be a stop sign, then you're gonna open Pandora's box that we need, okay, then we've got 150 intersections that need stop signs. And that's what you'll find throughout the state. You'll have some counties, you'll see yield signs everywhere, or you'll see stop signs everywhere. I don't have a preference one way or another. You know, that's always been, in the past, we've steered away. You know, you get the engineer involved, and they do an engineer study is what has to first happen to see if it deems there needs to be a stop sign there. You know, really, you know, that the stuff that was built there was built within our zoning regulations and rules. So, I mean, I don't know, is there a need that some of that needs to change a little bit to keep, not saying that's what needs to happen,
No,
but
I
there's the
know
other
what you're
side to
saying.
it also. I mean, it's what we're allowing that stuff to be built.
Right.
Due to how zoning and regulation is it something that needs to change? I don't know, but, you know, I know for me, I know the site restrictions there now, so you slow down.
Mhm.
You slow down because you're prepared for it. Now, if somebody doesn't know it, that could be a problem, but even when there's signs out there, I mean, I've seen people run stop signs all the time out in the country, unless somebody's there to enforce it. It's just a sign.
Right.
It's just a sign. When you're used to driving through it all the time, you're gonna continue to drive through it. But,
I just,
yeah, no, I mean, if that's something you guys wanna pursue and look at, I mean, I can,
Yeah, there'd be a lot of locations that would be the same, I'm afraid.
I'm with you.
It sounds like that was pretty darn tough, though.
Yeah.
If we put stop signs up on one way, we,
Well, I can't remember, are the trees laying, is there still a hedgerow?
no, the trees have been removed on the south
Okay.
side of that intersection. There
There's
used to
some
be,
good cedar trees.
there
on the
is,
north
but
end.
there used to be solid trees around that whole
Right.
corner.
There was.
The county went in several years ago and they allowed, the agreement was to take out these trees. You know, we kinda worked within reason, to open that up some, to help that intersection out years ago.
I've just got a question, and I think it was brought up last year, and it has nothing to do with the county, but it's that railroad crossing there at Aliceville. And I hate, it just seems like it's getting rougher and rougher. I mean, and I know there's a sign out there. And I think your response was that, I mean, that's a railroad's thing, isn't
It
it?
is,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm not saying we can't do something there, but we would never work on a railroad right away
No,
without
and I didn't.
the railroad being there. You know, I know the railroad, let me think, up north, when we were doing the asphalt there, I contacted them and I said, we would like to do some work to help your crossing out. That's kind of how I worded it. And they're like, oh, yep, here's who you need to talk to. And basically I needed a flagger there so we could work up to their stuff. And that's kind of how we worked that one. That hasn't worked it's a different line down there. And you know, I've called in and left messages and with people, and you know, the best thing I could say, there's a number there that people can call, and
That's what should happen.
I mean, I've done online requests, online reports, and
And Ryan,
I get it.
and I know that, I was over there the other day for whatever it is.
It is rough.
And it's pretty rough, and there's signs there stating that.
Well, and what's sad is that was the best crossing we had in the county until they worked on it.
Yeah.
And now it's one of the worst, but the one going out east of Aliceville, it's not much better.
No, it's not.
It's rougher
It is.
across too.
So that one you're talking about, Steve, I'm assuming the railroad tracks run northeast and the road runs straight east?
Straight.
And they come in and raise the track up, and then they didn't, bring the road up to meet the track?
Yeah, I mean, there's signage out there stating that it's a rough crossing, and it is. I
That's
mean,
not BNSF, is it? Or is that UP?
No.
That's
Kansas City
UP,
Southern? Pacific?
UPMP.
What I had to explain to BNSF at Lebo, I said, y'all's tracks kind of go across at an angle. Every time you come in, your tracks kind of run northeast. Every time you come in and raise these 4 tracks, because there's 2 lines,
Yeah.
4 lines, you raise these up, it causes issues. So you have to bring it all up and flatten it to make it work. And once I explained that to them, boom, they come out. And of course, I got a lot of people calling on it
Sure,
too.
and Jesse, this isn't quite as extreme as what you were talking about there. I mean, it's pretty rough out.
It's only one rail, only one pair. of
Right,
tracks.
it's nothing like, but it's not getting any better, I guess, is the thing.
I suppose it'll be like the west crossing of Lebo, when they see a car parked there with a hole in the oil pan, maybe they'll,
Do something with it.
yeah.
So the best thing to do is
Call.
you just call, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's been,
And I know you've addressed it.
it's been probably 4 months since I've done that process 2 or 3 times. I mean, I'm willing to do it again, but
And that's fine, you know, I
it's
mean,
frustrating when you don't have a point of contact that you can just contact. You
Yeah.
go through the automated system, online, you can call the tag deal, but it's the same type of process. If it's not an emergency, then, okay, you're going over here. If it's an emergency, they'll deal with you.
Yeah, I started asking them, who do I send this bill to?
Yeah.
And things started getting a little down the pipeline, a little further to higher ups to.
And I realize that when you leave a number, that the chances of response is probably nil on
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
So, that's all.
Their main people to call is probably still in Omaha. That's how we made all of our direct calls when we were.
When you would leave away.
Yeah, when we was getting our orders in on cars and everything, and, the headquarters, or not the headquarters, but all of our calls went into Omaha. I'm not saying that's where it goes now.
Right.
Or where it needs to go, but.
Right. One last little thing here, and this won't take long. Just want to show you guys something we put together on dust control. There's some stuff we're sending out to the individuals, some information more than anything. Come up with this brochure, just a little more information to get out there. It just kind of states, like when we're taking the applications and the cutoff date, states the price in there, what the price is this year, which hasn't changed. I don't know, this does talk about, the dust control, and, we can't guarantee the life of dust control. Obviously, that's weather dependent. Talks about some of that. It states that, we still maintain those roads. We stay off of it, as long as we can, but there comes a point we have to be able to go in and cut out chuck holes and whatnot, the safety side. But just some information that I think, after last year's, I was just looking for better communication with the public and something extra to put out there, and I think this will help with some of that.
You guys do a good job of prepping those roads before you do them. It's like that stretch there that's leading to my shop there. There's lots of heavy traffic on that, and it's held up really well. You haven't had chuck holes and stuff.
Well, every county does it different. A lot of them do it kind of like we do. Some, they just pass on the number to the people that spray it, and you know, so they have zero prep work done. The company just goes out and sprays it. You have, counties that, you know, they may not ever put any rock on it. They may just go out and work it a little bit. So you've got everything from nothing to, you know, what we do and in between. But, you know, I think it's a good program, and, you know, that we offer the people.
I believe we're probably gonna be way down on numbers this year because of last year's.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people got upset, might have called in, might have not called in, but
yeah.
I would have liked to have maybe seen something in there about, you know, last year was out of our control, it was a supplier or
Yeah.
whatever, and, you
And
know,
I mean,
this is.
I mean, I called all those people at least twice on that list and explained that to them. You know, this is something that we can send out every year. But, you know, we're in the process, we're gonna mail these out to everybody that signed up in the past, and so they'll get these in the mail in the next week or two. And then they'll have questions, they'll call in, and we'll rehash what happened last year, deal with it then, but.
It's a great program, as long as it's, gets put on when it's supposed to.
Right, and we're on their calendar, they call me about every 3 or 4 days, so.
You want these?
Nah, whatever.
I'll keep this one.
Alright.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
I'll need to deal with that one this year, Brian.
What's that?
I'll just talk to you later.
Okay. Yeah, alright, well, that's what I had for this time, so I appreciate the time, guys, and
Thank you.
like I say, if you ever have any questions on any of our projects, please ask me or ask any of my employees, or
I noticed last year, and I don't follow your chip seal crew around. I've got better things to do than that, but I did have them in passing several times last year, and I seen the machine sitting, waiting for trucks quite a few times. I still go back on, instead of transporting it from the quarry to the laydown machine, if a person's gonna be a distance away from that, to pre-haul it to a stockpile location.
and we do,
And run out of there.
and we do. So probably the thing you don't see is the distributor truck. Typically, when that downtime's happening, our distributor trucks is off and loading again.
Loading away.
Yeah, so if we get, so like now, we've gone through, every year, we say, where do we need to stockpile chips? You know, it's not too bad in most part of the county, but Leroy's the big one. If we got chipping down there, we have to stockpile. And, you know, that's what we evaluate. If we're gonna have downtime of sitting there waiting on rock, and we will stockpile
That
somewhere.
stockpile, at 2 miles east of Leroy, fills
Yeah.
in that gap.
Yeah,
For,
yeah, and then, there's a downside to stockpiling chips too, because then you potentially get a little more finer dust by having to move them twice, so it's just, yeah.
Yeah, being really clean at the beginning helps, and
Yeah,
they'll be somewhat clean when you.
right,
All depends on your operators
right,
and your base that you
Right.
have there.
yeah.
Sounds good.
All right, well, I appreciate it, guys.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Let it warm up outside.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in Kansas, you go from a swimming suit to a parka in 12 hours.
It was pretty tough.
Aw, Kansas.
All right, you guys have a good day.
Thank you.
Go on break. Break till 10:20.
Sure.
Take a break till 10:20.
Did Ryan already leave?
Yeah, I just walked. I talked with him. Not often, but didn't think about it. Alright, we're back. One thing that was brought up after break, or during break, was the 10 o'clock on the 25th for the public hearing needs to be moved to 10:30. because, Angie said that we have,
The canvas.
canvas at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
So she'll have to get a hold of Ryan and probably, Heidi to make that 10:30 change, from 10 to 10:30. And also, need to make a motion to authorize the direct chairman to sign the 2024 U.S. Department of Transportation Rebuilding America Infrastructure with Sustainability and Equality Raise Grant Program. Saban sent this over, another grant that he's gonna go after,
I sent it around, let everybody sign it, or see it.
see it, so.
Move, Jesse.
Moved by Thompson, seconded by McCurry. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye, motion passes.
The hearing on the 25th at 10, is that an election hearing
Canvas,
or canvas?
canvas, yes. Very good. So we'll have to go in at 10, and then at 10:30, we can do the hearing for the road closures, and then probably go back in for the completion of the canvas, would be my guess.
Yeah, I didn't even think about Adrian being there.
Yeah,
He would, I mean, he would have been there, I'm sure. I haven't seen him for 7, 8 years. so.
He had, when he retired, he had esophageal cancer, and he went through quite an ordeal with that, and I think he's doing well.
Yeah, good.
That was good to see him.
Just as I was walking in the door, the trailer, he was coming out.
Yeah.
He was pretty early.
Yeah, he was.
This is coming over here. Yeah, he's getting on pretty good.
Yeah, he is.
Or no? 12?
What?
Your early voting started,
Early voting started today.
and then
And
Election date
then,
is March.
the election day is March 19th. No, yeah, March 19th.
That's the election. That for the fuel on there,
No, that is for the presidential preference primary that's going on right now. The Leroy school one is May 14th.
I,
Is that one? Sorry. Is that one this year?
yeah, $2 million for this year.
You press that cracker button, and you get your crackers, but you press another button, you got something.
Yep.
So that cracker button is,
Mess up.
and that machine is messed up.
Also, it did cook something else, and on another.
Yeah, he tried the DO and then got the skills of ours for Steve.
I see.
I just wanna check the same line, make sure it was, the line was right, A, B, C, D, but the zero must be messed up on
I see.
the cracker button.
But you had to put in another $1.
You gotta get the $2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it still hit the dollar
Oh.
line apparently.
Crackers are $1, what I got was $2.
So you just put them on
I
that
just put
$1.
in another $1 and got something else off that
So
same
I
line.
could've got something else.
Mm-hmm.
I just,
Maybe somebody benefited on down the line.
yeah,
I'm sure.
somebody's got a buck.
Was a lot of ammunition.
How many times I went to car wash and picked up a couple bucks for a quarter
I
dollar.
take it.
You ever done that? Go to car wash and then when you put your money in, somebody will leave like a couple dollars for a quarter laying there.
Yeah, oh, yeah, that happens a lot.
Yeah.
9mm.
I've done it too, myself.
We have an invoice here for ammunition. Where's our, range at? Did they go shoot Tom, you know?
Out by the landfill.
Okay.
But you get in the Noxious Weed entrance there and just go straight north.
So it's more of the Knoxville Swede Department.
Mhm. Last I knew, I don't think they moved it yet. I don't think they had to move it, add anything south. No, they didn't.
I never had asked where that, range was.
Yeah. Sooner or later it's gonna have to go away.
Yeah, of course, yeah. I bet when they're shooting, that'd be a lot of noise.
Thank you.
Say that's our annual.
I don't remember, so, and I can read it.
Yeah, yeah. I know we had membership for it. I think it's, after going to that convention, I think it's money well spent.
Where's the value come out?
They're trying to prevent government takeover, basically.
That's KNRC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
their stuff being
That's
proposed every day.
Pretty healthy members.
I know, but they've got a person hired and they're actively fighting legislation.
We've probably seen it before, I guess.
Yeah.
Tim is on, I think Tim is a representative for Coffee County. I think we appointed him to be the representative.
Tim
Yes.
Scott.
Tim, Johnson.
Oh, Johnson, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. What it costs to get a prisoner transported, we could lock them up in a van trailer and haul them in a semi.
Yeah, I'm with you.
That'd be inhumane.
I didn't see where it went to, but $3,800.
It was from New York, but still.
LTO, do an LTO load.
Yeah, right. Hot shot
Mm-hmm.
in that box.
Put them in the windy back. One in there for Fisher Patterson for $23,000. $11,000, over 11,000. Kinda interesting to flip through it, the receipts.
Three, my tags for commercial vehicle. So excited.
I have let the month slip by, and I'm gonna have to get that done too for my farm trucks.
Ordered the work truck. October?
Mm-hmm.
You told me the other day. Finally made it here. Okay. Cab chassis. You know, if you could get this, come down and get this taken care of before the end of the month, that'd be great.
Yeah. Go ahead and wait for me.
Yeah, I just been waiting since October.
Yeah. Not enough time.
Cab chassis one time. Get CDL employee.
That was under 26.
The rating on the vehicle is over 26, isn't it?
No.
Mm-hmm.
No. I knew it off the top of my head, I just forgot.
Pretty saturated car.
It is, isn't it?
Most of it's on sale.
We go through that pretty extensively. And I guess we bring clarity, if I hook a certain trailer to it, it has capacity of over 10,000, you know.
There's one that's listed
The
here
GVW
twice,
on it,
KU
vehicle
Red
is-
Thing.
What's that, 15?
Okay.
Wouldn't have any idea what that one is.
Maybe it's
Chris
14,
said
and then
five,
the
there's
trailer
two of
is
them.
12. Yeah, it's about 14 minutes. And the other 26, 5.
Right.
So yeah, we watch it. Two of us hold the CD. Put them in the truck, send them to the job.
Yep.
Guess gets to there.
Making them a trip, huh?
Well, you just hook up to Jeremy's truck, take the skid steer and.
I see. Yeah, don't pull up with that.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, cause basically all it's do is haul the body to the job site. We don't haul skid steers up and down the road. I mean, the most we haul up and down the road every day is 4 people on a truck.
Uh-huh.
So they're at the farms and the skid steer and everything's laying there. All you have to do is, and when the job's done, you just repeat it.
Yeah, yeah.
And bring it back. But by the time you get that flatbed on there, the toolboxes and then they crack.
Yeah, well, when it comes in.
Yeah.
Craig's one time, he's got all loaded down with tools, I can't remember what he said, but way more than you think it.
Yeah, once the state says or whoever the hell got hold of this ACC crap, it's really,
Made it more fun, didn't it?
yeah.
How much is this new date?
Then you got,
Oh, there it goes.
you know,
Wait it out, I guess.
off the top of my head, I specified 5 or 6 supposed contractors. Probably 10 here that don't have it.
Yeah, yeah. They don't adhere to it, to the track. Yeah, I understand.
'Cause I sat in on one of those, when all this started, I sat in on one of those seminars. My direct question is the guy from that was giving the lecture, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
I specifically point out, straight out asked him, I said, so any vehicle driving down the road hauling a trailer that's registered to a business to make a profit has to have these tags and KCC numbers? Yes. DOT, yes. So the guy that mows yards for a living has to have all this? Yes.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's why I started getting real curious when Coffee County, you know, was hiring people to mow the cemetery and all like that. You know, at least we need them to be insured so that if they have an accident, you know, they can't say, well, I'm working for Coffee County.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, he could be a sticker that way.
Everybody needs to be on the same playing field.
Yeah, and the world that we live in, with the attorneys situation,
Exactly. And
has,
ready to be checked.
yeah. I got a big dose of that this last year over a little scratched finger. The guy's back was just ruined,
Yeah.
and he didn't even rear end me, just brushed alongside.
Had nothing to do with insurance, but like when we did state projects, there's one that's bidding this month over in Lewisburg, Kansas. It's a sidewalk project, you have to pay a concrete finisher, close to $50 an hour over there. The exact same kind of project in Winfield, Kansas, $16.
Well, you mean just for the person?
Correct.
Labor costs is
Prevailing wage.
Prevailing wage over in Lewisburg, Kansas is almost $50 an hour by the time you add fringes in and the concrete finish. Winfield, Kansas is $16, period.
That's a little discrepancy there.
So why are they worth more over there than they are in Winfield, Kansas?
Well, in Winfield, it's not in the middle of western Kansas or anything, but, you know, not in the middle of nowhere.
I know.
You got an invoice here for almost 24,000. Fisher, Patterson, Sailor and Smith. Essentially what, they,
It's all tying
What
into
they do.
a lot of this, it's all tying in a lot of the chips.
yeah, but it's tied to, it's going to courthouse general.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
We need to get that flagged then, because I know for a fact it's,
Where that went.
yeah, I promise you.
Would you want, it's down below, it says courthouse general chips and then something else I can't read.
Oh, as long
As
as,
long as it's got chips on it,
as
it's
long as it's
okay.
labeled chips, it can come out of courthouse journal, but I know it needs to be labeled chips.
It is labeled that way.
It's labeled. Well, there's two labels there and I can't read the
I
last.
think it says chips, something else.
I have no idea what that is.
I forgot to read that part.
Pardon?
I forgot to read that part, I just know when it comes across, because I've had several conversations with Sam and Charles.
That's who's representing that company.
Yes, sir.
I guess as long as it's initialed, it's probably okay, then I guess if it's marked on that.
That's the way the others have been marked anyway.
Yeah.
Courthouse general
It
chips.
says chips,
Yeah,
right on
yes,
the
I
bottom.
did.
Yeah,
I did hear, I just read about the courthouse general. $325 an hour.
we don't want to take too many copies. It's not on time.
Wait to see how Mr. Peterson worked that up for Monday.
Yeah. Or release. Yeah. Well, that'll be in this week's paper.
Yeah, she should go get it today.
Yeah. Print that whole release.
He gave him the whole thing.
Maybe we'll put it all on one page, maybe.
Yeah.
I think that makes it tough.
Yeah.
It's a neat folder.
not dumped them.
Which one? Yeah, he lost it in.
Give us a date or give us an amount, okay. You know, I just thought, how's it gonna calculate interest?
He lost it.
Okay. Gave us a definite figure.
Correct.
Okay.
$15,000 a year.
I don't know, I'm confused.
First year one paid, year two paid, year three. Administration contract.
I'm not following.
What requirements for drawdown of funds for contractual administration software? Yeah, I don't know.
I don't remember seeing this before.
I don't either.
I don't remember years.
Yeah, you're right, it was.
January and February.
Yep. That explains it.
Read, Tom.
Brad is calling down there.
Okay, thank you. Oh, this is the same thing, isn't it?
No?
Do you know what this is? Wanda didn't, she wasn't sure. And she didn't show them.
Oh, yeah.
Year one, year two.
Yes, that was for our third year of them reporting to the federal government for our ARPA money.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry,
We did do a contract.
yeah. But they did the reporting.
Onset of COVID, is
Mhm.
what that was.
For that, for basket, is that right?
Everything.
Everything still is in that basket? Yep.
Tom's still got two of them, even that's, okay.
I'll go find out.
Okay, thank
I don't know what it
You
is,
had a
though.
question, I can't remember what that was.
And that's not like it's right on the county line or anything.
Oh, nothing, nothing.
That's on top.
Yeah, just,
Is that $5,000?
Yeah.
when possible, like to see it still
Yeah.
here.
Wade answered that.
Okay, yes, that's right, that's right, that's right.
I mean,
I just don't remember before,
Yeah.
but that was benefit.
Oh, okay.
yeah, inside it, why would it be?
Yeah,
Okay.
I remember that now.
She's waiting on a call back on this. Apparently it's something that he was in last year. And I said, well, what does it entail? And so she's gonna call find out.
Team Kansas is an economic development agency out of Topeka.
Yeah, she said it's through the state.
I just don't remember. Just like when you brought up that, signing that contract when onset of code with SEK, it jarred my memory there.
I'm
That
gonna
was- that
say
was
this is probably to be on the radar with the state of Kansas for economic development things, as far as, like when maybe the battery deal come in,
Right.
and possibly the chip deal. I would venture to say that is the reasoning behind.
I just don't remember the conversation leading up to that
I'm on their website right now.
invoice.
Team Kansas, a group of private business leaders, economic development professionals, state officials who work to attract companies, investments, and jobs to Kansas. Yeah, I'd say it's $15,000.
We've got a voucher here for $400 for Wolf Machine. Is that, in Osage City?
Wolf Voice is at Lebo, it's actually out
Oh, it
there,
is, okay.
but he's in Arvonia,
Okay.
where he's located
That's
at.
just
I just want to
asking
make-
about it.
I didn't know whether it was the Wolf Watershed in Coffee County or not, so
Yep.
I didn't know how we were in Osage City many times.
that's, needs to be done in Coffee County, St. Lucie, or. Kenzie, here's one I don't remember. 15,886. It's the third year on,
Oh, yeah, that's,
what's the value coming out of that? I just
they
don't.
do the federal reporting on the ARPA funding.
Dawn,
You know, I haven't looked at that while. We still got a few dollars in that account.
I questioned that same invoice, and I remember it now, we were down in the basement, it was the onset of COVID, when we started getting ARPA funds and CARES money and stuff like that. We'd hired them to track our expenditures and help us, make sure we're spending it the correct way. We entered into a contract with them. Actually, we were in the basement at that time.
I think I remember, but I don't remember it being up to 16.
Yeah. I lost track of it too, till Andy told me that.
So is this the last of this group then?
Yes. This is the whole new box here.
Okay.
This goes there.
Okay.
Did you do the motion to change the hearing?
We did not do a motion to change the hearing. We did not even do a motion to have a hearing.
Okay.
We just set the date and time, and then we discussed after we come back from break that it was not gonna be at 10 o'clock. It was gonna be at 10:30, and you was
Okay.
gonna get with Ryan.
I already took care of that.
Maybe Heidi,
Okay.
maybe
I can't speak.
Because Heidi was in here too.
We had to make a motion, we can't.
No, I just didn't know. I was trying to read the
Yeah.
notes over here.
Just made an announcement, basically.
Okay.
Is that a motion item?
Yeah, is that a motion, Heidi?
No.
Just goes to show that being bilingual is profitable.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, if it's in a big city, probably $200.
Yep.
You have to sign on the Babel.
But
That's right.
Who was?
you'd have to sign on the Babel and learn how, but I know how the rest of them go.
Yeah.
Even though I took it in high school.
You took that in school?
I did,
I'm glad I was ahead of that time.
Bobby?
I remember a lot of words.
Question on Team Kansas. I looked at their website, and I think it's probably, and what I just glanced at, is probably to be on the state's radar as a county that is willing to do economic development, to pull in economic development companies, or bigger companies.
I made a comment the other day about using bullets. I'm not saying that this is necessary for us to get any love out of the state, but this is by being a member of Team Kansas, I'm able to open that door, have personal meetings, private settings. I think you saw that with Lieutenant Governor and Governor.
It's another tool in your toolbox that you can utilize.
Yeah, not necessary though.
It's not a cheap tool, but.
No.
But
Is that new, like, that's
They
brand new?
used to be called the Kansas Cavalry. I don't know if y'all remember that years ago, but now it's called Team Kansas. It's about 2 years old.
Randy had heard,
Yeah.
okay, he just, Angie had to jar my memory about the Southeast Kansas
okay.
ARP funds tracking contract we entered into. I just don't remember entering into some.
This isn't a contract. is
No,
it?
it's not
It's
contract.
just a membership,
That's a membership.
annual membership, $15,000 a year for a 5-tier. Yes, it's 50 tiers, I don't know
Yeah.
what's that.
There's a $5,000 tier, a $10,000, and a $15,000.
And the 15 has got more,
You get to, like I said, you get to sit down with Lieutenant Governor 2 or 3 times a year, private settings. He invites you to, what's on your mind, what's going on, what can we do?
that's, yep.
And then a host of other small functions, but I don't go to those. I'll be honest, I don't go to the smaller stuff.
Okay. That's what I quickly looked at the website, and I was like, it's a tool in the toolbox for
Yeah.
needs and maybe wants. Yep. So. Got our answer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bob.
Stuff out of that folder.
Well, yeah, no, yeah, I don't remember that. Yeah, I don't remember the. Is it
I'm not saying it's not
necessary?
necessary, I'm just saying, you don't just.
Yeah. Well, and I think we tried to iron that out. Aren't we, as far as anything over that needs to come to board? Is there anything in it? Is there anything in the policy?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm quite sure. She's very quote better not.
Well, you just went over it for the new policy, didn't you?
Was there anything in the old one about, entering into memberships or contracts over X amount of dollars?
Well, it's expenditure.
Any expenditure over?
I think at one point it was raised up under the purchasing policy,
I thought it was 20, but I might be wrong.
And I could be wrong. I thought it was 10.
I'll just get my focus right here.
Okay.
How much is it on?
15. I'm not trying to be a hard ass, but
No, but that's,
it allows for one, it allows for all. I thought we just recently had that conversation. It's all in these. There's that one guy.
So you were doing
This is,
less than 1,000, formal bids not necessary, 1,000 to 9,999. So it would be, need not be submitted to the board, 10,000 plus, all requests and orders for purchase shall be approved by the board before bids are advertised or otherwise solicited by the department head.
That guy's in here now that you could ask. We've got a Team Kansas membership that's like 1 tier, 2 tier, 5 tier, 5 tiers, $15,000. Should have that been brought in front of the board or asked for permission to be a member on that?
That's not,
It's a gateway to governor, lieutenant governor
I
to
think,
have meetings with.
so for the purchasing policy, which is what you're referencing, I think, I'm not sure if this would fall into that same particular arena, because it's a membership, but I think,
but you're buying a service, which would be,
I don't know what it is.
Well, it's kind of a one-off type thing. There's not like there's several of these organizations out there, I guess, to take bids on, you know what I mean?
Kinda like a
Yeah, I
single
know,
source.
it's a single source type.
yeah.
It would be one of those things where I think you would, it's at the board's discretion whether someone who's applying for something like this should come up and at least run it through you.
Okay.
'Cause
I agree.
There's 4 or 5 steps in this, where if you do so much, you get more service, you do more, you get more.
That's the way I just understood him.
I kinda get it, I should've stopped right.
I mean, I didn't go into their website to
Well,
see what their,
you're not saying it's not a good value for us right now, in the current situation.
Those type of things are hard to put value on, really.
I just
Right.
didn't wanna be,
I think we need to really outline that in the new policy book.
I didn't know if it was considered a purchase, cause I knew anything over 10, I thought had to come.
I think
But it is a purchase.
I would think.
In other words, I didn't want it to hit your desk and then.
I'm just not sure, quite honestly, I'm not sure what the value on this is. It feels like, buying an expensive, dinner plate for a function. I know I just don't feel good about it myself.
No, I'm not saying it's not necessary either, I was just questioning the dollar amount and approving the dollar amount without being pre-approved. So,
And I think that's well within your discretion to put it on hold and then ask for an explanation. And I don't know anything about it. But you're right, in the new policy handbook, those types of situations probably need to be defined a little bit more in detail. So you've had certain departments come up and if they want, and I'm thinking of contracts, which fit exactly what you're talking about. I know the health department had, I forget what the name of their program is, they came up, they did all the legwork and then they asked for permission to move forward with that purchase and it was well over $20,000. And it was something that a number of you asked questions, it was vetted and you approved it because it was something that they needed to function and go from paper to paperless.
Is this the first year for it, or do we know?
First time I remember seeing it.
I don't remember, but.
He said he had it last year, I thought, Rhonda said.
he said it's 2 years old, I don't know.
I can look it up for you real quick and tell you that for sure.
Well, I do know that the future chips of getting into and asking for to the state possibly relies on that.
And I
To
get
some
that, I
extent.
get that part, I'm not questioning whether it's a necessity or not a necessity, the only thing I'm questioning, if it's over a certain amount of
Right.
money, should it have been
Yeah. it'd be-
approved by us prior to us seeing it by vouchers?
I agree.
I would think there would have been a better way to do that, yes. Yep. 23 was
We did it then.
$15,000.
We did it then.
I've already did it once.
Yep.
Right.
You wanna have him come down and follow it up there?
Well, I got permit.
He already did, he was already up here on it.
He just come in and that's what he was talking about.
Well, that's
He
what
come
he's
in.
talking about.
Mhm. To meet with
And
Lieutenant.
I heard all what he said there.
That's what that was for the team Kansas.
Yeah, I think we should talk about it before we do it next year. Maybe, at least
Go ahead and
bring it ahead of us.
And definitely, we gotta get something in the policy procedure to have anything over $10,000 approved by the board, I think.
And I know on that side of things, that everything involved, the chips, things have to move they move kind of fast, to where, I don't know exactly what I'm trying to say, it's just things move fairly fast.
They move fast enough, you lose track.
And so,
But do you have to
Buy your way in.
buy your way in? I guess that's,
that was tier 5, so he must be buying quite a bit of it.
I'm afraid, yeah, that might be so.
Steve, don't you know money talks?
I know it does, but it just,
Yeah, we
I
don't
know
like
it does.
that, we don't like that language, do we?
No.
No, it does not.
I couldn't agree more.
this would be the new box.
so this was done last year, Angie?
Yes.
Yeah.
April of 2023.
That piece of paper is still in the old box, isn't it? No, that piece of paper is in the new box. Is that the old box?
That's the old box, what Steve's got.
Okay.
This is the old box here.
And that,
And
that
was
what
this-
you, everything you got there goes in that box, yes.
Okay,
So,
so was this,
make sure that bird's still on that box.
Dirty Bird?
Yeah,
Yep, Dirty Bird.
Tim Johnson's favorite.
that's a good color, isn't it?
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
So how's your day going?
Been in court since you last saw me, and we're just on a break. If you're gonna need me for anything, I don't know that you will. Again, I'll probably be pushing through, may get done just before noon for the morning version, and then I've got afternoon to 12. I do want to point out, and I don't know if Angie forwarded it to you, but I've been going back and forth with Greg Berenberg about the bond side of things for the jail bonds. And he sent me a number of different documents, including a proposed schedule. Before I sent anything out or said anything, I wanted to have his permission, so instead of dealing with that today, I think it's more appropriate to discuss on Monday, so it can be fleshed out. But I wanted to give you a heads up because he's indicated that planning needs to occur and be moving forward as soon as possible, and that the rates are potentially as good as they're gonna be, but to have some flexibility in case they get better. So just,
I did pass that on to them.
okay.
He worked on it right away, cause I got it Tuesday morning.
Yep.
That man works hard, that's for darn sure.
Yes.
He is a good individual to have on our side.
You like those type of work ethics, that's for sure.
I can't believe how he can give a 20-minute presentation and have any notes in front of him.
He eats, sleeps, and breathes it.
Yeah, yeah, it's just
And that
unreal.
was
resolution they passed.
Will you be available for a conversation later?
Yes.
Yeah, I got an appointment at, when I get out of here, they'll take me 30 minutes, and then I got one at 3, so.
Okay.
It's cold enough, I told the guys to stay home till noon, come in, do some site prep on a couple projects. I gotta deliver paychecks.
What time of paychecks, I'll be there.
I don't see your name on it.
Oh, gosh, darn it. I signed one for you earlier.
No turning down fair play here.
I went ahead and signed mine. Gosh darn it. You still got it.
I can imagine what you guys.
Oh, it is in there. That resolution. Brad wrote it in there, or Ryan did. March 24th, 10 a.m. I guess I can write it out.
Yeah, we just have to move it to 10:30.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, we notify them and Heidi.
Yeah, I already let Ryan know. I will let Heidi know too.
Well, we approved that resolution, yeah.
Do you want to revise it? Move to approve resolution, whatever, revise for the hearing at 10:30?
I mean, we put it on public, I mean, everybody pretty much agreed to change it to 10:30.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know that we'd have to revise or redo the motion. I'll be the judge. 3 squares a day. TV.
Pretty hot, pretty hot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily want one of those cells if they have the sewage dripping in. I think we got that.
That takes reservations for the new jail. I'd work community service till then.
I'm close to retirement, too young, too pretty. Be in jail.
Have your own private pod, right?
Need a memory foam mattress too.
Then we're kind of stuck.
Never happened before.
Nope.
It's supposed to be 45 today for a high,
Mm-hmm. Something like that.
Which is pretty good for Linden.
I agree.
And that'd be a nice February day, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be.
That wind was blowing hard last night.
Yeah,
Wind chill was like 0 this morning.
43 for a high.
Wind's supposed to be like 2.
Yeah.
shingle on my house. Got a bill tonight. We're making all kinds of rackets.
It says wind gusts are, up to 18 mile an hour throughout the day.
Yeah, Texas and Oklahoma fighting.
Well, that panhandle's getting burned up.
300,000 acres of zero, contained yet.
Yeah, Canadian, Texas, and I heard Amarillo's getting threatened by it right now.
They are,
I hadn't heard of 300,000, that's a lot of square miles.
yeah,
There's a lot of square miles out there.
Yeah.
Square miles of
well, the
brush.
worst part about it is terrain that you can't really get in.
Yeah, that's, out there south of Amarillo, down around Canadian, Texas
Yeah.
is pretty rugged.
It is.
Yeah, one of my contacts at the sale barn at Dodge was saying that one of those feed yards there, Canadian, burned all their houses and didn't know how much damage there was to their feed mills and everything.
Yeah, it's,
The cattle.
Yeah, the cattle, that's, open the gates and let them run. So best you
yeah,
can
try
do.
to get away, try to find,
Unfair spot.
well, it's sort of like out around Medicine Lodge here 3 or 4 years ago.
Oh, that's so rough in there.
Oh, my gosh.
They're south of Pratt.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Sawyer, down in there, that's just.
Pretty country.
Yeah.
It is.
I was down there, picked up a load of pipe down there at Medicine Lodge, and I found out if it was ever gonna get to where this pipe was, like, whoa.
We hauled a load of, split hedgewood clear up into the northwestern part of Nebraska to a ranch. And it was 80 miles of cross this cattle guard, turn right at this cattle guard,
Oh,
go down this gravel road, cattle guard.
that's like Montana, up when you
Yeah.
get up in that part of
Yep.
Nebraska, you know?
Yep.
I really enjoy driving through Montana there on the interstate. You drive 30, 40 miles and you come to an exit finally, and it'll say some little bird, and the arrow will be pointing that way, and the cattle guard at the bottom of the interstate, and you look, and it's a dirt road with ruts in it, going over the horizon wherever this town
Wherever the
is,
town
you
is,
know?
yeah.
It's unreal. I think I could live up there in the summertime. I don't know if I'd want to in the winter. Open country.
They got towns in Colorado. A couple of them up near south of Colorado. You gotta travel over these country roads.
Mm-hmm.
Hidden resorts. They shut down like October 1st. Then nobody can resort from May 31st.
Mm-hmm.
Entire town. Crazy.
Yeah.
A lot of beautiful country out there once you get off the asphalt or concrete roads.
Yeah.
My nephew Laramie, he's got a friend that has a ranch. Shoot, can't remember which direction now. That's it, you get turned around sometimes on some of the roads.
Yeah.
I just remember we pull up this gate. You had to have this deal in your vehicle for the gate sensor to open, to go through another gate, to go through another gate, to get back to his cabin, which used to be the train depot back in the 1800s.
Oh, wow.
Pretty deal, huge deal. He had this chandelier with elk horns on it and all kinds of stuff.
Huh.
Just needs that.
See here, you did use the payroll, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's right, you checked.
I wish that was mine.
It's already spent.
We had a deposit lost. Took 5 days to go from Lebo to Pratt, Kansas. I was getting a little worried about that.
Changing it.
We're having constantly more trouble with our mail.
Mm-hmm.
We had a lot of people, I shouldn't say a lot, but 3 of our broker trucks that mail our paperwork in, and, you know, we need that stuff to do the billing, all their tickets and everything, they'll never show up.
There's definitely a problem with the mail.
Yeah, I mean, it took like, one of them took 3 weeks to get here. It was from Neosho Rapids.
Yeah,
Long way.
got messed between Neosho and Kansas City, didn't it?
You can mail it to yourself here in Burlington, it'll go to Kansas
Kansas
City
City,
before it gets back to Burlington.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, I'm just kind of concerned with how mail ballots are gonna go because,
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's been a concern for,
no, I know,
for
but
years.
even more of a concern now because if they don't get there for 3 weeks, that'll be past.
oh, they'll make you go on the postmark day.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we got a ballot from 2020 back in October.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I don't even know where it went to, but yeah.
I like looking on all the stamps to see where they went to.
It didn't go anywhere other than Kansas City, I guess.
It got lost underneath the table somewhere.
Thrown in a bag.
Back in the 80s when Max Osborne still had the elevator there in Gridley, he'd just write my name on there and put city, you know.
Call it good.
Went to the post office and came out on the roll right past, didn't go to Topeka or anything, but it wouldn't work for you no more.
No, I mean, at that time, it did work that way.
Yeah, yeah.
Now they take pictures of it and send it to you if you want to see what's coming in your mail and.
Fax machines hurt them when they first started, and the emails made it worse. I remember when I first started, you had to, the engineer would send the invitation to bid in the mail, and then you call him up and order the plans, and you have to fax him the copy of the check that you just wrote to send out, so he'd send you the plans. Now anymore, you get an email saying this project's out for bids, it bids in 2 weeks, download the plans from here.
Boom.
Yes, you guess, so now you gotta have a plotter, you gotta have, I mean, there's no,
Yeah, I thought I was big time when we got a fax machine.
Yeah.
Wow, this is cool.
Like that first paper and ink that after a couple of years, all the writing would go away.
Yeah, just vanish off the old wax paper.
Invisible, disappearing ink.
Yeah.
Can't remember what they called that, but it's a different different paper and a different ink. It's kind of a slick paper. Got all the paperwork for a tractor that I bought that all been overhauled and went to sell it 5 years later. I got all the paperwork on it overhauled. Nope, I didn't have. Well, here, it used to be on there.
Whoops. Yeah, I'd like to scan an email and stuff, because that is cool. You can scan it, send it to a folder on your desktop, and email it out. Yeah, I like it. It is nice. You've got a record, they've got a record.
It's pretty cool. You can scan from your phone too now.
Oh, really? I'll be darned. Do what? Andy? Do what?
You can scan from your phone. I think it's the note option.
Oh, yeah.
And then you can click scan, and so it'll scan the paper,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then you can
Send
email it or text it
Wow.
or whatever. That's kind of
I need to get on the stick. I still have to have office help to help me scan.
don't feel bad, Jeremy and Corey, I had them working on a couple of projects this winter. They had to call Jeremy's wife, ask them to press her how to scan something, email it. I thought real good, they already knew how to do it.
Yeah. It's in the good.
I do not know how.
I'm not sure.
I've been doing it for years.
Teach me.
Sure.
You got me talking. Okay.
Okay, now do, and then you can,
Room dude.
camera,
Nice to get room.
and then you click on scan.
That's good.
Yeah.
Like crumbs in it.
you like it, you can read, don't like it, you can retake it, you can.
Yeah,
Some of
it
those
needs to be done.
There's $100, 1765.
And then
There's a
take it
$10.
in and-
That's just a whisper in there.
There is a value though in this
Is that a
shop.
forward option?
If you put good ones, they'll clean that stuff up. It's cheap.
Yeah.
Most
The
of them,
brooms for the shop.
oh, yeah,
A good one, you need a good one.
you need good ones.
Most of them put a blade on the top side, they always turn it over and scrape stuff hard too.
And this guy's been around forever. Or that room dude.
Yeah,
You
sure.
press on
Duh.
it, you press on it and share it.
Yeah.
But
there
they've
you go.
got,
Probably different than what we had 50 years ago.
oh, I'm sure it is,
But
they've got quality
what
products.
were they called?
Probably, yeah, it's wanting to airdrop.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I don't know, but they come around,
That's cut twice a year.
twice a year, yeah.
Twice a year, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sure these guys are different from the ones we do. Learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably still,
pretty much.
even though it's a different thing, probably the same company.
I don't know, I just, this thing, we had to have a phone to do much anything with, like this new county email, we gotta get on our phone and download the app.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I gotta get on my phone and download the app, I still have got the new password.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you sent me a password, but. I probably already mentioned this.
I'm not- I'm not your tech person to help you, Tom, so.
Get quite a few people voting.
Well, we've only had,
What's that?
I think, 2 or 3.
Oh, really?
I voted just to make sure everything was working right. We got a little
I know.
problem, nothing I can't fix here, I'm working on it right
Capital
now.
D, exclamation mark,
The barcode doesn't scan.
one,
Bring up your ballot.
capital C.
Okay.
I've never seen those with that exclamation mark.
We've had that happen.
You know, have to look on your keypad to find some of that stuff really hard. 'Cause I don't know where the letters are at, much less the, gotta search for backslash and forward slash and all of those different things.
Yep, sure they voted. Now we just gotta see if we can pull up somebody's ballot. Okay.
I did not intend on that, doing that for. Hard to believe this is March already. Oh, I know it.
2 days.
I believe you got the last there. Is that it? A lot of signatures, a lot of initials,
A lot of checks.
a lot of dollars.
Exactly.
This would be one of the lower months, what kind of checks are. See, last month what was in the paper, it was, last month $5 million. This time probably less than 2. Still a lot of money, but fortunate enough to get the funds.
That is very true.
Wait for Angie to get back and head roundtable real quick. See if anybody's got anything. I guess, Steve, do you have any new roundtable for Monday? I don't. Don? Wade?
No, sir.
Tom? Did you ever get with the city on,
No, I did not.
you want me to write on the back of your hand? Tom, get with the city. Post-it notes, stick it to your forehead.
Write it in the glasses, that way you can see it all the
I
time.
don't know, we haven't had nothing we've been dealing with in here. I'm not-
Yeah.
Not so much in here as when I leave here, sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like this week is like flying by.
Everything piles
That
up.
seems like
had so much, extra things I wanted to get done this week, and it's not gonna happen.
We rolled round table all the way to me and to you.
Okay, well, all I have to say is that we're started advanced voting, so I'll be sending out an email to all departments, letting them know that we don't want to do any electioneering related to the presidential primary election, so, anyway,
I gotta start wearing a different hat.
yeah.
What's the election for right now?
Presidential preference
Well,
primary.
he's already answered it.
So is that something is this new?
Yes,
There's 2 candidates, right?
there's 4.
Well, yeah, 4.
No, it is something new that we're having.
Okay,
I think the last one they had was like in the 90s,
okay.
but, I think, and so, yeah.
But you have to, if you're Republican, you can only vote for Republican nomination for
Right.
president. If you're Democrat, you can only vote for Democrat. Am I correct?
Correct.
Is there an independent? There's an independent too, isn't there?
No,
Kennedy didn't go independent?
He is, but he
Well-
won't show up on this one. He'll show up in the general.
Oh, sure. Because there's only one there.
Correct. Well, as far as I know, I mean, these stuff, no more, Nancy probably knows more than me, but I think these primaries for presidential nominations or whatever it would be, you can only, basically only vote Democrat or Republican. If you're Democrat, you have to vote Democrat. Republican, you have to vote Republican, but when it gets to general, you can vote either way you wish. That'd be independent, Republican, or Democrat.
Well, nobody else has anything. We'll adjourn until Monday morning at 11:44. Kill the switch, we're out of here.
thank you.
Just gotta go home, but you can't stay here.
Yep.